On World News Tonight this Sunday, the first look at a key suspect in the embassy bombings and how he's helping American investigators. In Russia, it's out with the new and in with the old. Boris Yeltsin fires his prime minister again.
Consecutive series.
And slugger Mark McGuire says he's taking a controversial supplement. It's legal, but is it fair?
From ABC News, this is World News Tonight, Sunday.
Good evening. I'm Carol Simpson. ABC News has learned tonight that there were traces of TNT in the bomb that destroyed the American embassy in Nairobi. It took U.S. investigators less than 2 weeks to identify Osama bin Laden as the chief suspect in that attack and to launch a counterstrike against his operations. How did investigators learn so much so quickly? Tonight, a first look at a key suspect who has been cooperating with the FBI. ABC's Juju Chang is in Nairobi.
This is the face of Mohammed Sadiq O'Day. ABC News obtained this photo and an American official confirmed his identity. U.S. intelligence sources believe he is a key player in the U.S. embassy bombing in Nairobi. O'Day told investigators that he is Palestinian and that his operation was financed by Osama bin Laden, the man who declared a holy war against Americans.
O'Day himself has told criminal investigators that he was directed by bin Laden to carry out this operation.
O'Day, seen here in photos first obtained by the East African Standard newspaper, remains in custody in Nairobi. O'Day left Kenya the night before the bombing. On August 7th, he was caught trying to enter Pakistan without a passport. After a week of interrogation, O'Day was returned to Kenya. According to law enforcement officials, O'Day has provided a virtual roadmap of clues for investigators. Last Tuesday, the FBI and Kenyan police raided a hotel based on a tip from O'Day. It is here that officials believe O'Day and his team may have built parts of the bomb in Nairobi. Investigators dusted for fingerprints and took away the hotel registration book. O'Day handed over the names of 2 co-conspirators who are being held in Pakistan. The trail of evidence from fingerprints to eyewitness accounts, along with the methodical reconstruction of the bomb scene, is slowly growing. O'Day has provided the kinds of leads that investigators need to obtain a criminal conviction.
When you have someone like this, who is a self-confessed participant in the bombing and has knowledge of the other members of the bombing plot itself, it greatly accelerates the investigative trail itself.
Federal officials now believe that the bomb was carried in this model Toyota pickup, a Dyna 200. Today, authorities continue to catalog mangled parts raked from the blast. Juju Chang, ABC News, Nairobi, Kenya.
American investigators say Osama bin Laden financed the terrorist training camp attacked by American missiles on Thursday. Bin Laden is a guest of the Taliban rulers in Afghanistan. But as ABC's Richard Gisbert reports from Pakistan, bin Laden may be wearing out his welcome.
Carol, ABC News has learned that Mullah Mohammed Omar, the leader of Afghanistan's Taliban government, has sent a clear message to Osama bin Laden. That message is bin Laden must show restraint and must consult with the government before making any more public statements. The Afghan government is obviously worried about more missile strikes, and it's saying that it's up to the government and not bin Laden to determine what the appropriate response will be to the U.S. attacks. And this is not the first time that bin Laden, who's from Saudi Arabia, has tested the patience of his host country. 2 years ago, he was ordered to leave Sudan after the Sudanese government came under heavy pressure from the U.S. to deport him. That's when he came to Afghanistan. Today's development begs a couple of questions. Will Osama bin Laden toe the line laid down by the Afghan government? And if not, how long will that government allow bin Laden to use Afghanistan as his base of operations? Richard Gisbert, ABC News, Islamabad.
This is Morton Dean in Khartoum, where the other missiles hit. In an interview with ABC News this evening, Hassan al-Turabi, the most influential man in Sudan, said the U.S. is turning Osama bin Laden into a folk hero.
Bin Laden now has become in the whole Muslim world, among all young Muslims actually.
A hero?
A hero, not a hero.
Al-Turabi is the Speaker of Sudan's parliament and is himself accused by Western intelligence agencies of endorsing terrorism. He says for the U.S. to suggest bin Laden was connected to the factory is fiction. Al-Turabi said the president acted because of his personal problems.
If you become that selfish and just for your own sake try to do all this, that's too criminal for a person, and that's too bad for you in history, in the history of American presidency.
The Monica problem you refer to.
That's right, a Monica problem.
Today, the UN's representative in Sudan, Philip Orell, visited the bombed-out facility. He said it might be wise for an international body to investigate the conflicting claims about what was being manufactured here. Sudan has demanded an investigation. Sudan is using every opportunity to press its case. Members of parliament were shown part of a U.S. missile.
Down, down, USA! Down, down, USA!
The passion with which Sudan is defending itself reached an extreme today. This man scooping up some powder amid the rubble and eating it. His way of ridiculing any claim that there were deadly chemicals being manufactured here. Morton Dean, ABC News, Khartoum.
Weeks before the attacks on the embassies in East Africa, American intelligence agents were busy in Albania, protecting the American embassy there. You might not have heard about it because it was a success. ABC's Mike Lee has that story.
The scene in Albania today, after a lone gunman was shot dead by security guards after he had climbed the U.S. Embassy wall and fired shots. No one else was injured. Protection of the American embassy in Albania has been a quiet, almost secret success story. Since June, U.S. and Albanian officials have worked closely together, carrying out a series of raids against suspected terrorist safe houses and training facilities. 1 week ago, 200 Marines were diverted from these NATO exercises in Albania to help evacuate U.S. dependents and non-essential diplomats from the embassy. The joint U.S.-Albanian anti-terrorist operation had uncovered and foiled what American officials describe as a credible plot to bomb the embassy. American intelligence officials in Albania have so far been able to stay ahead of the terrorist threat, despite the social chaos which makes the country a fertile breeding ground for Islamic extremists. The collapse of a fraudulent pyramid investment scheme last year has meant high unemployment, an ineffective government, and an open door for international Islamic groups with money.
So therefore they come in and they help with hospitals, they start with schools, they build mosques and so on, and therefore under that cover you could then have militants coming in and acting in the name of Islam.
Albania desperately needs U.S. support in trying to stop suppression of ethnic Albanians in neighboring Kosovo. Thus, the Albanian government, said one U.S. official, is eager to help in trying to avoid terrorist attacks against American targets. Mike Lee, ABC News, London.
Still ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. For the second time this year, Russian President Boris Yeltsin fires his prime minister. Baseball's Mark McGwire, another home run, a new controversy. And some of the world's biggest celebrities like you've never seen them before.
This is World News Tonight, Sunday. Brought to you by Olean.
The farmers have been bringing us their harvest for 45 years. Then the farm co-op brought me something different. News.
That soybeans like ours could be used to make a cooking oil, fry up snack chips without adding any fat or calories.
Hey, at Crisco, they figured without all the fat of regular chips, this Olean could help lots of people eat a little healthier. Well, all I say is doing good starts right in your own backyard.
New fat-free Olean, a good place to start. Nobody does it like you.
To deep clean your carpet and upholstery, you can get a Hoover SteamVac Ultra and pay once. Or pay these guys.
Nobody
every time.
does it like you.
Sweet honey, crunchy nuts on classic Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Sorry, did I wake you?
Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes, an altogether great breakfast.
If you can do this, you can make wood beautiful with Minwax. And if you can do this, you can give wood lasting protection. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
You're not buying one of those laxatives. It's got stimulants that may cause cramping.
Says who?
Says on the label. Phillips is the only one that doesn't. Now remember, nothing's better.
How could she forget?
Phillips, effective relief without harsh stimulants.
Russian President Boris Yeltsin fired his prime minister today and reinstated the man he threw out just 5 months ago, Viktor Chernomyrdin. The abrupt turnaround raises questions about Russia's growing financial crisis and about Yeltsin himself. ABC's Hillary Brown is in Moscow.
Yeltsin's decree came a day after thousands of demonstrators marched on Moscow demanding his resignation. It came 2 days after the Russian parliament voted overwhelmingly in favor of the same thing. Yeltsin reacted with the curious statement that people tend to forget that this country has a president. He's been on holiday for the past 5 weeks. In his rare public appearances, he's often seemed confused. He appointed 35-year-old Sergei Kiriyenko as premier only last March, saying he needed fresh young blood. Since then, Kiriyenko presided over plunging share prices, paralyzing strikes, and on Monday, the devaluation of the ruble and a 90-day moratorium on foreign debt. It's not clear why Yeltsin thinks that the man he fired 5 months ago can do any better this time around. Many believe that the seasoned Chernomyrdin, age 60, would be much better placed to take over should Yeltsin's health force him to leave office.
Whether it's physical or mental, I don't know, but it's clear that he can no longer control the situation.
It will take Chernomyrdin at least a week to form a new government. He's faced with a nation on the brink of economic collapse and a president who, according to polls here, has an approval rating of 4%. Hillary Brown, ABC News, Moscow.
President Clinton heads to Russia at the end of the month. ABC's Mike Von Fremd is with the president on Martha's Vineyard. Mike, what's the reaction there to today's news from Russia?
Well, Carol, the traveling White House is obviously watching the changes in Moscow very carefully. But for now, President Clinton's aides insist that Yeltsin's shakeup is an internal matter. Today, Vice President Gore talked directly with the new Russian Prime Minister Chernomyrdin and is briefing President Clinton on his conversation. Also, the shakeup did not come as a total surprise to President Clinton. His advisors have been warning for a couple of weeks this might happen because Yeltsin has a history of turning over his cabinet when he gets in trouble. The White House says what continues to be important is that the new government remain committed to a market economy. Carol?
That's what I was going to ask you. Isn't there concern that the political move could worsen the economic crisis?
Yes, and what they're concerned about is the Russian ruble. Its devaluation has hurt the already struggling Russian people in their wallet, and the great fear is that they would say this democracy and market economy is not working. Carol, the White House may have its concerns about Yeltsin's health and leadership, but it still sees Yeltsin as the best hope to keep Russia on the road to reform.
Thank you very much. Mike Von Fremd reporting from Martha's Vineyard. Coming up, the next invasion of the Beatles, but no one's singing this time.
When some people have allergies, they sneeze a lot. Others get an itchy, runny nose or nasal congestion. Me, I had it all. So I said to my doctor, enough already. He prescribed Flonase nasal spray.
Multi-symptom Flonase. Once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms all day and all night long. For any or all of those nasal symptoms.
All it takes is Flonase.
For best results, Flonase must be used daily. Maximum relief may take several days. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call to learn more. Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For nasal allergy relief, ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
I got a letter back from Quaker. You wrote to Quaker. Told them Quaker toasted oatmeal ought to be called Quaker tasty oatmeal.
It's oatmeal, it's toasted. To me, that says tasty.
Well, then they should call it that.
Quaker toasted oatmeal. Crisp oatmeal flakes with honey-sweetened oat clusters.
Well, they thanked me for my interest, but said product will remain Quaker toasted oatmeal.
What a shock.
Quaker tasty, toasted oatmeal. Your other oatmeal.
And now, Quaker Honey Nut Toasted Oatmeal has 20% more almonds.
Ooh, yum.
Now's the time to discover the great selection of all 1998 Oldsmobile cars and trucks available at Discover Days. Consider the Cutlass, winner of the AAA Top Car Award, or the 88, voted a Best Buy 8 years straight by Consumers Digest. Right now, get $750 cash back on the Cutlass and $2,000 cash back on the 88. Or get our lowest financing of the year at 0.9% on all 98 Oldsmobiles. Discover Days at your local Oldsmobile dealer now.
Introducing a scrumptiously delicious bar, fortified with 17 vitamins and minerals. The delicious, nutritious new Boost Bar. Get your recommended daily allowance of chocolate crunch.
Hurricane Bonnie, the first of the season, was upgraded today to a Category 3. Bonnie is now off the Bahamas, moving slowly to the northwest. With winds of 115 miles an hour, she is capable of doing serious damage. The current forecast has Bonnie hitting between Georgia and the Carolinas. But it's early, and in South Florida, they're getting ready just in case. The remnants of Tropical Storm Charlie drenched South Texas today. The storm is blamed for at least 4 deaths. All were Mexicans, killed at a river crossing in South Texas when the truck they were riding in was swept away. A tree may grow in Brooklyn, but it's having a hard time in Chicago. Officials in the Windy City are trying to protect their trees against a growing menace, and so far they're fighting a losing battle. ABC's Jamie Floyd takes a look at the little pest that's causing big problems.
The Asian longhorned beetle is killing Chicago's trees. Officials suspect the beetle first traveled here in wood packing crates from China. Now a growing threat, the insect was discovered this summer on the north side of the city.
Another tree heavily infested.
State and federal authorities quarantined the area in an effort to contain the infestation, but they were too late.
An egg has already been laid.
The beetle has now spread to surrounding neighborhoods, and separate infestations have occurred up to 15 miles away, requiring officials to expand the quarantine zone.
The beetle is native to Japan, Korea, and southern China. The only other known invasion in the U.S. was in 1996 in New York, where the beetle destroyed 2,000 trees. And that's a tiny fraction of the more than 60 million trees the bug has already killed in Asia.
The beetles chew their way through the trees, killing them. No known pesticide will kill the bugs. The only way authorities have been able to get rid of the beetle is to cut down all infested trees and grind them into chips.
Any tree that's presently infested, it is going to die. It's a given.
The problem has sparked the concern of both Illinois senators. In a joint letter to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they urged the agency to examine the source and, quote, to work closely with Chinese officials to examine alternatives to wooden packing materials. This kind of pressure threatens to provoke an international trade showdown with China. But without such restrictions, continued use of Chinese wooden crates for shipping could introduce the pest to other parts of the U.S.
We're very concerned that there are other infestations out there waiting for us to find.
But in parts of Chicago, it's already too late. Jamie Floyd, ABC News, Chicago.
Ooh. Still ahead, baseball's Mark McGwire under scrutiny as he tries to make baseball history.
Sweet honey, crunchy nuts on classic Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Sorry, did I wake you?
Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes, an altogether great breakfast.
Sun is rising. See it shine, shine. Looks like a great day.
It's a great day for the comfort and convenience of changing tint Transitions lenses. Indoors, they lighten. Outdoors, they darken. So lightweight plastic Transitions lenses are right in any light. Make the change to Transitions lenses and see for yourself.
It's a great day.
Transitions lenses, right in any light and right for you.
Since I made my chocolate chip cookies better than ever, everyone's talking.
I don't know how you made them better, but you did. They're the bestest ever.
Thank you.
These new cookies rock.
Thanks, dude.
Wow, they're even better than before.
I hear you.
Pillsbury's best chocolate chip cookies ever. Hot and fresh in only 15 minutes.
Would you like one?
My Beltone Invisa, the hidden hearing aid, has something new. The Comfort Circuit. It automatically adjusts to help keep loud sounds comfortable. I hear great, and it's tiny as ever. Visit Beltone today and save $100 on Invisa.
When it comes to your health, never compromise, even when choosing a laxative. You need one that's strong enough to work overnight, but also gentle. Try doctor-recommended Dulcolax. It's both strong and gentle. It even has a special comfort coating to protect your stomach. In fact, doctors recommend Dulcolax most, more than Correctol and Senecot combined. Don't compromise. Get strong, get gentle, get doctor-recommended Dulcolax. And for strong and gentle relief in minutes, get Dulcolax suppositories.
Turning to sports, baseball's Mark McGwire got a little closer today to breaking Roger Maris's record for the most home runs in a season. He hit number 53. It was just revealed that he's been taking performance-enhancing substances, which are legal but controversial. Here's ABC's Mark Mullen.
The story may be front-page news, but for fans who came to watch Mark McGwire hit a home run today, it is no big deal.
If it's legal, do it. That's just smart. That's not stupid.
Just this past week, McGwire disclosed that for more than a year, he used a legal testosterone-producing strength booster called androstenedione. It is billed as a safe alternative to steroids. It's banned by the NFL and the International Olympic Committee, but its use is permitted by the NBA and Major League Baseball. McGwire wasn't talking about it today.
This guy goes to the gym every day and works. All that hard work is being tainted by crap like this.
McGwire's disclosure wouldn't be making headlines if he weren't on track to break Roger Maris's single-season home run record. 129 games into the season, he is just ahead of where Maris was at the same point in 1961. Just behind McGwire in home runs this season is Sammy Sosa.
Whatever Mark do, that's his personal life, that's his personal problem.
Androstenedione is widely available over the internet and at many nutritional stores. A one-month supply usually costs about $40. The performance booster is one of a variety of popular sports supplements, which are loosely regulated. Dr. Louis Marum says the Major League's policy on the substance should be questioned.
It's allowing you to have a performance-enhancing drug that may, in fact, cause multiple medical problems.
Controversy will continue until baseball management and players decide how to deal with supplements. As for the fans, they will decide whether Mark McGwire's legendary performance loses any of its luster because of the pills he took. Mark Mullen, ABC News, New York.
In Albany, New York today, a poignant reunion between some World War II veterans and the prisoners they freed from a labor camp in Hanover, Germany. It was the first time the liberators and the liberated have met since 1945.
We must tell the world what happened.
Whoever kills his brother. We are all citizens of this world that is still waiting for redemption.
The former prisoners, many have immigrated to the United States since the war, wanted to meet the soldiers who served in the 84th Infantry Division. When we come back, what in the world is happening to some of the entertainment world's biggest superstars?
Hey, I got a letter back from Quaker. I wrote and told them that Quaker toasted oatmeal ought to be called Quaker Tasty Oatmeal.
It's oatmeal, it's toasted. To me, that says tasty.
Well, then they should call it that.
You need a hobby.
Quaker toasted oatmeal. It's your other oatmeal.
There are thousands of square miles to explore. And that's just on the inside. Chevy Tahoe.
When some people have allergies, they sneeze a lot. Others get an itchy, runny nose or nasal congestion. Me, I had it all. So I said to my doctor, enough already. He prescribed Flonase nasal spray.
Multi-symptom Flonase. Once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms all day and all night long. For any or all of those nasal symptoms.
All it takes is Flonase.
For best results, Flonase must be used daily. Maximum relief may take several days. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call to learn more. Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For nasal allergy relief, ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
Good Morning America, Kevin Newman and Lisa McCree on top of the major news from Washington and the U.S. strike against terrorism. This week, keep ahead of the headlines on Good Morning America.
In entertainment news, the new vampire action movie Blade took over the top spot at the box office this weekend, taking in an estimated $17 million. Saving Private Ryan drops into second place. There's Something About Mary follows in third. And if you want to know what's going to be hot on the small screen, just follow a young person channel surfing on cable. Last year, you would have been led to the mega hit South Park. Now it's the equally twisted Celebrity Deathmatch, an irreverent MTV show that pits superstars in fictitious battles to the death. So sit back and prepare yourself for a sample presented from the point of view of the show's 29-year-old creator, Eric Fogel.
I expect a tough, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times.
And here comes Oprah.
Celebrity Deathmatch is a place where we take some of the most popular people in the entertainment industry, we put them in a ring and let them settle their grievances that way.
And it's Good Night, Rosie.
People love seeing celebrities satirized in funny ways. I think they love seeing clay animation.
Stallone's got Schwarzenegger right where he wants him now.
In a typical episode, you might see something completely off the wall, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone won the fight. He sort of kicked the legs out from Arnold, and we were able to recreate a little Rocky Balboa moment. Stop motion animation is basically the process of taking a puppet and shooting it one frame at a time. You're stopping every time you're posing the puppet. You're stopping, clicking off a frame, posing it again, clicking off a frame. That's how the process works. When we need to get a wide view of the Death Bowl, we come into this room. In order to create the illusion that we've got a full crowd in there, we took garbanzo beans and we painted them to look like hundreds and hundreds of little tiny people.
Right after this break,
in order to create the illusion that our characters are talking, we use replacement mouths, and we have a different mouth for each consonant and syllable of spoken dialogue.
Oh, Monica's hurt.
Monica versus Hillary. It was actually the season premiere of Celebrity Deathmatch. Hillary ended up getting the better of Monica. Monica's face, being clay, of course, got mushed in a very funny and cartoony way.
You go, honey. Give it to her good. You can do it.
Bill Clinton was represented. He's sort of cheering on his wife. MTV has sort of prided itself for being cutting edge, being irreverent, and this show is probably pushing that envelope as far as any other show has ever done.
Jay Leno.
It's something that I just get a big kick out of working on.
A point of view from creator Eric Fogel. And that's our report. Tonight at 9, an ABC News special, an update on the McCoy septuplets. I'm Carol Simpson. For all of us here at ABC News, have a good week and good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source. ABC News, now always on.